Hey guys, Matt Sias here, and today we're starting something new. Today, a new podcast for everyone, called Everyone. And today I am being joined by...
Emerald. Hey guys, welcome.
Today, you've probably noticed by the background picture, this picture is going to be used for the background. We're talking about movies.
Yes. Some we have seen together, some we haven't.
Most of them released post 2020, considering what happened. Not
Let's
fun.
not talk about that.
Nah, let's not get into that. That's getting into the health stuff.
Yeah.
We're not talking health, we're talking movies.
Fun stuff.
And, oh boy, the movies from the recent few years have been really good. But I want to get through some of the sort of negatives. They're not really negatives. They're just like things that irk mostly me. Emerald hasn't even seen one of the movies that I'm going to talk about here, which was Dr. Sleep. So in the movie Dr. Sleep, there was a character named Abra, I think her name was. And obviously the joke there is like abracadabra, as you would know. She is a big fan of Ruby, which is a show that I love as well. The movie itself came out on my birthday. The next volume of Ruby was also coming out on my birthday. And so for my birthday I went and watched Dr. Sleep. And I wasn't expecting any Ruby themed stuff to appear in the movie.
But you were surprised.
I was definitely surprised when I saw that they had Abra in her room had she had an emerald figurine, she had an emerald poster. She had the original Ruby poster, from the original Ruby Red trailer.
Do you think she could be a bigger fan than you?
I think so.
That's a pretty big fan then.
However, there's one thing that sort of irked me with it, and you know how some movies put their date in present day, and so it's they say present day in movie.
Yeah.
And that's just it.
Yeah.
My problem with that and what shows up in the movie with the Ruby posters is that they have the Ruby Volume 7 poster. And everyone has that one thing that annoys them with the movie, where it's something that just dates the movie.
Yeah. Something that's not right.
No, it's not even that it's not right. It's just something in it that's shouldn't it's okay for it to be there, but if you're gonna have it be set in present day, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not right.
Yeah. So Doctor Sleep came out in 2017, which is the same year as Volume 7.
Yeah.
Literally the same day. And so the Ruby Volume 7 poster appears in the bedroom. And that's what annoyed me. Because this movie has dated itself to 2017 forever, no matter how present day it says.
So should the Volume 7 have not been out yet?
No matter what, it was going to date itself.
Yeah.
It's just that the perfect convenience of the lineup of everything.
Yeah.
All on my birthday. I was just oh, this is a good day. And then, it shot itself in the foot. So yeah, that's one of my two grievances. The other one, Emerald can have a bit of weigh-in of as well, because it was Spider-Verse.
not sure if I did watch that one with you.
I feel like we did watch it together.
I think you might have watched it with someone else.
Did you even see the movie?
No.
Oh. I guess
I've seen the rest though.
I'm alone on this one as well. This particular thing is, I also reacted to it in one of my Cursed Comments episodes, episode number 9, which is the NSFW episode, because there was just so many posts, there was NSFW. What happened is, the post was about Gwen being trans. Obviously, she's not. I personally think if she probably is bi or lesbian in some way, but it's either that or just straight.
Yeah.
Because she does show interest in Miles Morales in the movie. So it's either straight or bi.
What evidence do they have to suggest she's trans?
A trans flag
Is that
in
it?
her room. One that just says, support trans kids.
Yeah, that doesn't
And the colours of the
necessarily
trans
mean-
flag.
Exactly. Doesn't mean she is trans.
No.
Might just be a supporter.
Yeah. And that's a good thing. The bad part is when people assume that
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
Exactly.
And then in the post they were making fun of the fact that they were doing that. And it was like other bad flags and translating it to characters from Spider-Verse.
Nah.
I think they did the Nazi flag for Miles.
Really?
Because he had like the black, red, and also some white.
Oh.
But yeah, it was like inappropriate flags.
So they were trying to say that he's a Nazi supporter?
No, that the joke is that
Oh.
because like Gwen's colors are also white, blue, and pink. Mostly white. It's just funny in that. Like, it's not much of a grievance, it's just like, it's more of a grievance with the people posting that's, like, posting that dumb stuff. Because it makes no sense
No.
to make, like, you could say, oh, it's a joke. Nah. There are people out there, like me, that's not going to read it as a joke, obviously. And if they don't mean it as a joke, it's like, well, that's just trashy to post something like that for like with no evidence other than conveniently colored the same.
Yeah.
Especially since Spider-Man also has black in her suit design as well, so they're ignoring black.
Yeah. Well, kind of glad I didn't see that movie then.
Yeah, it was more the posts
Yeah.
after the movie came out than the actual movie.
Yeah.
The movie itself, brilliant movie. It sets up for the third movie really well as well. It's like the first movie is a good standalone movie. The second one at the end sets up the perfect third movie. I just hope they don't mess up the third movie and just send it down the toilet.
Who knows? I guess we'll find out.
Anyway, speaking of socials, let's get to a movie that Emerald can weigh in on. No. Socials.
Barbie!
Yeah. We both went and saw Barbie.
Yep.
Honestly, not a bad film.
Didn't live up to the hype though that
Yeah.
everyone's giving it. I think.
Well, a lot of the hype on like social media was around Barbie and Oppenheimer being
Yeah.
released on the same day.
Yeah.
And a lot of movies do that sort of thing of like, you got this movie and then you got this movie being released on the same day.
And also Barbie had a lot of marketing. The grilled pink burgers.
Oh my gosh.
The Lush.
I never tried that.
I did. It tastes like a normal burger with food colouring.
Question. You don't have to answer this question, but was your poop pink? Or like any weird colour?
I'm not sure.
Okay. You didn't have to answer. I'm just like, It's a fair question to ask, considering food colouring was in question.
It was basically a normal bun with food colouring and mayonnaise with pink food colouring.
Yeah. I only bring that up because of the story with the... I forget exactly what it was. There was one product that had food colouring
Yeah.
that turned people's poop black or something.
Oh.
Or like... It was like... There was one where it was like turned poop black, and then there was another one where it turned poop red.
Oh.
So everyone that ate it
Yeah.
thought they were bleeding out their butts.
It must be a very strong food colouring.
Yeah,
Something.
I think it was like red free or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they had to ban use of that
Mm.
food colouring
Yeah.
for obvious legal reasons.
Yeah. But with Barbie, I felt like it was more like a musical type thing.
Well, yeah, they had their bits of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up musicals
Yeah.
because, like, officially for a movie to be considered a musical, it has to have music that tells part of the story
Yeah.
and propels the story along the plot.
Ah. Did it have that?
It had music that was transitioning Barbie and Ken from their world to the real world,
Yeah.
but that's not really plot progression.
Mm.
It was more just, we're here, now we're here,
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
And it was like trying to make it more entertaining.
And obviously, a lot of it, like the transitioning stuff, is just like, oh, we just want to sell more products.
Yeah.
Like, the movie felt very much like a sales pitch for new Barbie products.
Yeah, for sure.
Even referencing, like, the old products, and it's like, oh, we've got to reference all this old stuff so we can bring it back.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
nah.
hope Weird Barbie gets some sales.
Oh, yeah, Weird Barbie is probably favorite Barbie.
Was it Weird Barbie or Crazy Barbie? I can't...
I think it was Weird
Weird
Barbie.
Barbie.
Well, either way, she's like the one Barbie that's like not normal.
Yeah, she's unique.
And sometimes you need that uniqueness.
Yeah. Otherwise, most Barbies look very similar.
Yeah. Make difference. Like, some Barbies do have different skin tones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Different hair colours. But it's still, they're all still like called Barbie or some other name.
Yeah, I think they all got called Barbie except for Weird Barbie.
In the movie?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
there was the one that they called out.
Did they?
There was one that they called out that was a different name. I don't remember the name, but they called it out like a few times in the movie.
Ah, because I remember when I played with Barbie dolls as a kid, they were all called Barbie.
Even
I
if they
think-
had different skin colour?
Yeah.
See, Barbie's not the best product in the world, I would say.
Yeah.
Especially for that type of thing.
Yeah.
Although, we're glossing over the more important character. Ken.
Mm.
And, like, the whole idea of, like, how Ken went to the real world, learnt some things, took it back to the Barbie world, and basically took over the whole place. In the worst way possible, honestly.
I think he realized he wasn't being treated well, didn't he?
Yeah, that's sort of what was the seed of...
It made him pretty angry.
Yeah, so when he went to the real world and, like, learned about horses and cars, all that, it's just like...
He's like, hang on.
Men run the world
Why
around
did I
here.
get this?
Yeah, and it's honestly how fast he does that is impressive.
Mm.
It's like, because it goes from like normal to Kenified in like a day.
Yeah, it's amazing how his personality just completely flips. From, I'll do anything for you, Barbie,
Yeah.
to, I am so angry.
And then, probably one of the best cameos in the movie, John Cena. John Cena shows up in the movie as a male mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
He's like in the waves of the water. It's like it has like it's not even that long of a section. It's like 2 minutes maybe. But it's just so funny just to see him there
Yeah.
for like that one little bit, and then he's just gone.
Yeah.
There's I'm trying to remember what else, but yeah, there was like all the old products that's like 1950s sort of stuff.
Like what?
I forget what they were called in the movie.
They were kind of old cars, weren't they?
No, the outfits when Ken was throwing them out to her. How it was like each one was like stylized.
Yeah.
But they were all like old fashioned outfits.
Yeah, they were. They're kind of like 80s, would you say?
No, some were even older than that, I would say. Like
Yeah.
more like 50s or 60s even.
Anything else that we thought was important in Barbie?
I like the scene where they got arrested multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
I love that bit. It's just like they do something, they get arrested, they get released because they don't have fingerprints.
Yeah. Oh, that's true, isn't it? They wouldn't have fingerprints.
'Cause they're
they don't have
dolls.
skin.
No, technically they do have
The
skin,
dolls are made of, like, plastic.
but because they're in the real world, they'll have skin, but they just wouldn't have fingerprints.
Yeah, true. Oh, wait, so when they enter the real world, do you think their skin changes?
They're plastic to skin, but they
Yeah.
just don't have fingerprints. Or if they do have fingerprints, there's no record of them.
Oh, yeah, I think that would be the case. Because if it changed to skin, all skin has little grooves in it.
Yeah. Well, some people, to hide their identity, do burn their fingertips off.
Really?
Yeah.
When you look at your fingers, can you see your fingerprint? I think only some people can.
I still see it.
Yeah.
I see the edges, not the middle.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like some people burn the fingertips to get rid of the DNA on their fingerprint.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
I'd rather just chop my whole hand off than go through burning every single finger.
No, but if you chop your hand off, you're not going to be able to do any crime. That's the idea. That's why they burn their fingertips off.
How do people with prosthetic hands get their identity checked?
Teeth. Another way of identifying
Or
a
hair.
person is teeth.
Or hair?
Or hair, yeah. But mainly the second choice is teeth because everyone has a unique dental record. Like hair, like it's not as unique because like two people of the same hair color could have similar makeup of hair.
No, because the hair does hold genetic code. And every
Not as
single
much
person-
as like fingertips though.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and every single person has unique genetic code except for twins. Identical twins.
I love how talking about Barbie has gone to
Yeah, let's get back on track.
criminal stuff. Speaking of, should we actually go to a horror one?
Yeah.
Because
An
speaking
Aussie one.
an Aussie one,
I
yeah.
think you
Speaking
can
of
guess.
sort of criminal stuff, like there is some stuff in Talk to Me that is very probably illegal.
Yeah. And if I say two words, horror and Australian, I think anyone would know which movie we're talking about.
Are you talking about Wolf Creek?
Oh, maybe not. Okay, horror, Australian, this year.
Oh, Talk to Me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Wolf Creek also has some definitely illegal stuff,
Yeah.
especially murder.
For sure. Yeah, I think it is.
No, but Talk to Me is... So we're switching movies here. We're switching over to a horror. Talk to Me. A movie about a hand. It's like No. So it's like this real human hand encased in like ceramic. And
it's like possessed.
no, it's not possessed.
Oh.
It's just like it's a connection to
Spiritual.
ghosts.
Yeah.
It's a spiritual connection to ghosts. I actually watched a kill count for it. Kill count being a channel by James A. Janice, who does kills in movies, especially horror movies. He talked about the signatures on the hand were actually like clues themselves.
Oh.
So it's like every single like the signature on the hand, like all the drawings on the hands were like little clues.
Clue to what?
Maybe the other hand or the rest of the body or something like that.
Oh.
But yeah,
Did
it's
they
like
ever find the rest of the body?
no, they don't find it in the movie.
No.
However, there is a sequel planned. So the second movie could be revealing where the hand comes from. But yeah, it's like, so like, you got hand, like this hand, and it's like, you take the hand and it's like, talk to me. And then like a horrific ghost appears in front of you.
And no one else can see it.
No one else can see it. And then you say, I let you in.
And then it goes.
Yeah, and you get basically possessed, and you like bug out and stuff like that.
And if it goes for too long,
Yeah,
can
it's
get
over 90 seconds.
Serious damage to your health.
Yeah, like our main character does in Talk to Me.
Yeah. Or wasn't it the kid?
No. The kid doesn't go over 90 seconds, but the candle wasn't blown out.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the ghost was still in him.
Yeah.
Basically what happens... Yeah, so, yeah, you bring up the kid. I think his name was... No, it wasn't David. It was, like... Oh.
I
So,
can't
the kid's,
remember.
like, 16, I think he was.
Yeah, pretty young.
Yeah. And when he's possessed, they, like, try to rip the hand out of his hand. I think they succeed in that part.
But it took a lot of force, didn't it?
Yeah. And, like, this kid, then, like, the chair gets dragged away over towards the wall, towards a cabinet. And the kid just goes bang, bang, bang with his head on the edge of the cabinet. It's like, you don't want to see this stuff.
No.
And his sister runs in last second, sacrifices her hand so he doesn't kill himself.
And it doesn't work, does it?
No, it does work. He, like, her hand gets broken,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and he's like, he's on the ground. It's like,
It was
holy,
intense.
yeah.
I remember, I want to talk about
Like, he
the
went to
ending.
gouge his eye out as well
Yeah,
in that scene.
yeah. The best bit was the ending, if you remember.
Are you talking about when she's like wheeling him down to
Yeah.
the road, and that's the start of that
Do
scene?
we want to tell them or not?
Yeah, so we're gonna do some like.
Spoiler alert.
I'll make sure I put a spoiler at the start because we
Yeah.
are talking movies.
Yeah.
I don't know we don't know exactly how it starts. So she's like wheeled the kid who looks like an old lady from her perspective.
Yeah.
She's wheeled him down to the road, and it's like if you remember at the beginning of the movie, like with the kangaroo,
Yeah.
it's like she doesn't want to do it herself.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll leave it, another car will deal with it.
Yeah. She's a good person.
Yeah, but she's like, I will toss this, like, what looks to me like this old grandma in the middle of the road. Like, the cars will deal with the problem for me.
Yeah.
But she doesn't end up doing that. And I don't know if it was the sister that pushed her onto the road, or if she just came to her senses and just sacrificed herself.
I don't remember I was hoping you would remember the specifics.
Well, no, we're not really shown that part.
There was a plot twist though.
Yeah, that was the plot twist. She's the one that goes in front of the vehicle.
Yeah.
She goes into the windscreen of this car, onto the road, and it's just like... She gets up perfectly fine. However, we find out that she's not. Because suddenly she's transported to the hospital. And she looks in the mirror. No reflection. Which is one of her fears. That she says early in the movie. She's like, I'm afraid that someday I'll wake up and not see my reflection in the mirror.
Yeah. It was good connecting the start with the end.
Yeah.
Very clever movie.
Like your first half an hour connects with your last scene. Sort of stuff.
That's really important for a good movie to wrap it up at the end. I think.
Yeah. And like her dad's there as well.
Yeah.
Because earlier, before she went and got her sister's brother to toss onto the road. Oh no, not her sister. Her friend's brother, not sister. Confusing because they do live in the same house. So she was like struggling against a fake version of her dad. And
that
she's
was
like
scary, that scene.
Yeah, she's reaching for scissors. She gets the scissors.
And then he's not there.
The fake dad's not there, but the real dad is.
And he's like, "What are you doing?"
It's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Stab in the neck.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does show up at the end of the movie. He survived.
It's good timing for the ghost to decide to disappear.
Yeah, the ghost wanted that to happen.
Yeah.
But the dad survives.
Yeah.
In the end.
Well, that's good. Somehow.
Yeah, he probably won't be talking for a while, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and then... Like, the kid is discharged as well. He's perfectly fine now.
Yeah.
And...
a lot of them survived some pretty horrific injuries.
Yeah. Like in...
Which could be seen as unrealistic.
Like, one kill on Halloween. Like, obviously the person dies, but it's based on the fact that, like this person got stabbed in the neck or something like that and survived for, like, an extra, 10 minutes.
Yeah, 'cause it's probably unrealistic, to be honest.
No, it actually did happen.
Oh.
And one kill in that movie referenced that particular thing.
Right.
In Halloween.
Okay.
It's like this person was stumbling around for a while, but they did eventually die from blood loss. So yeah, that one kill in Halloween, I think it was the original Halloween, was a reference to that particular moment of like surviving that.
Pretty impressive, but yeah.
So yeah, the dad surviving was very much believable.
The young person, though, not so much believable.
Well, him healing that well is the
a bit unrealistic.
Yeah. But yeah, so you see her walking towards the elevator of the hospital. But it's just a light. And like, everything goes dark around her. And all she sees is the hand.
Yeah.
She takes the hand, and she's now a ghost.
Yeah.
The movie ended with her dying.
Wonder why they decided to do it like that.
And it's a good way of taking the second movie. Like, you can take it from the ghost side of things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true because it leaves some open doors for sequel.
Okay. What are we going to move on to next?
So, we are going to move on to a less horror-themed movie.
Less horror-themed, huh?
Happy animated movie.
With very much of undertones of race topics.
Yeah, and discrimination in society
Yeah.
between different races, different cultures. And that is...
Elemental.
Yes.
Elemental was a pretty decent movie.
Yeah.
Not in the top movies recently, I would say.
It's probably one of the more memorable ones for me because it was so unique, I think.
Well, Elemental's like a Pixar slash Disney movie. So I see why you would say that.
Yeah.
Because, like, Pixar, they're really good at their movies.
Yeah.
You
really.
Like, look at Cars.
Yeah.
They were Pixar slash Disney movies as well.
So they work together then, do they? Pixar and Disney?
Yeah, more like Disney wanted to take them over.
Which one has more money, do you think?
Disney
Yeah.
has a lot more
It's
money.
older?
No, it's public knowledge that Disney has way more money.
Why do you think that is? It's older?
Well, they bought Star Wars, didn't they? Disney bought Star Wars.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
From
that-
who? Pixar?
No, from the creator of Star Wars, LucasArts Studios,
Oh.
the people that originally made Star Wars.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, getting off that top, we're getting off topic a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get back to Elemental.
Mm-hmm.
A big talk of Elemental was where it fit in the overarching Pixar theory.
Mm-hmm.
And because, like, the idea of the Pixar theory is every single movie Pixar has ever made fits on a timeline.
Mm.
From Cars to A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
I think with Elemental, they placed it before anything else. Oh, no. They probably placed it before everything else, but Soul, I think, was a Disney Pixar movie as well. Anyway, let's talk about just the movie in general, not the everything else.
Yeah.
I love the story of the two characters. I think the names were Wade and Amber or something.
Yes, it was Amber, yeah.
Or like EMBER.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of Romeo and Juliet, where
Yeah.
they want to be together, but their families are so different and they don't accept.
Well, actually, the Wade's family is a lot more accepting of Amber than Amber's family being accepting of Wade.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Well, Wade's family are water elementals.
And do you think the fire was supposed to be superior?
No, it wasn't that they were seeing themselves as superior. It's more like pure.
Yeah, maybe.
Like with most sayings of water, you go with the flow.
Yeah, but they definitely didn't.
Well, Wade's family did a lot. Like even they cried a lot in the movie.
Yeah. But they weren't super chill, like go with the flow. Because when
Really?
their daughter wanted to start dating... Oh, sorry.
I'm talking about Wade's family.
Yeah.
They were all like nice. Obviously, the kids. Whenever you when she first shows up and like they push the floating chair that she's standing on.
Yeah.
Because kids are gonna be like that.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, you can't touch water.
Oh, yeah.
It's the classic kid of like, oh, you can't do something. You go on, do it.
It's just funny how it's like the opposites attract kind of thing. Fire
Yeah.
and water.
Yeah. In the movie, it's just steam that they sort of end up creating, like boiling water,
Mm.
sort of. So if anything, like they're dangerous to each other.
Yeah.
Although she's probably more dangerous to him because fire
She can
boil water before water even touches fire.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
But then he can also put her out in an instant.
Yeah.
Temporarily though, maybe. I don't know, if she gets put out, if her flame gets... Well, she's not always on fire. She has the potential to catch on fire when she's angry.
Well, it's a good thing you brought that up. So when she gets really angry, she has like this purple fire that she produces.
Which is the hottest. Purple and blue fire. If you remember Bunsen burners.
I've never actually seen purple fire from a Bunsen burner.
It's more like blue flame.
Yeah, but hers is purple.
Yeah.
So wouldn't be as hot.
Mm.
Yeah, like she's added some heat because she's angry.
Mm.
But if it was more a blue flame, that's like your hottest.
Yeah, blue is definitely the hottest flame.
I like the scene where she's jumping on the crystals.
Yeah.
It's like she's changing colour with each crystal she stands on.
Yeah.
And like she stands on two separate ones and it's like half and half.
Yeah, they have a lot of good ideas, didn't they?
Yeah, it's like a good detail. It's like, of course the fire might be a different colour because she's standing on the crystal.
Mm.
And because fire is light and crystals refract light, it would change her colour.
Yeah. It was had a lot of scientific backing. I think they would have had to get some scientists' input before making the movie.
A lot of movies would have scientists.
Yeah.
To make sure, like, okay, is this scene too ridiculous?
Yeah.
Or is it just the right amount?
Yeah, some films go for the ridiculous vibe.
But in that case, that works for their movies.
Yeah.
You can have ridiculousness and not have it work. You have ridiculousness, it works. Realism, and it doesn't work. And realism, it works.
Yeah.
You got those four.
There's no in between, really. You either go for being ridiculous, or you make everything make sense. If you have a bit of things not making sense, and a bit of things making sense, people are going to be like, was that a mistake?
One big particular scene, have you ever seen Skyscraper with The Rock?
No.
There's one scene where he jumps from a crane all the way to the building that's under siege and manages to catch himself.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's getting into the realm.
Is that a mistake or is that supposed to be ridiculous?
I don't know if it's supposed to be ridiculous, but it doesn't feel like a mistake either.
Yeah.
It's right in that line of realism and mistake.
Yeah.
And realism and not mistake, while also sort of ridiculous. It's like in the midpoint of all four, almost.
Yeah. Interesting. What's the most just slightly off track for a second, what's the most ridiculous movie you've seen?
Like hiding realism ridiculous?
Yeah.
Oh, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Because the idea is that it's a lot of, it's based on video games.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the description at the start of Scott Pilgrim, it's like, it's a movie based on a video game, based on a comic book, based on a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Not joke. I'm not entirely sure if that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you have that much ridiculousness, you got the main character jumping out a window, like the window run in frame.
Yeah.
While pretending like they're not there.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's not like a normal size window. It's like those small slot windows.
Yeah.
That like you can peek in and look in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
It's that type of window.
Yeah, so it's just completely ridiculous.
Like he does like a full on like dive right through the window. It's so good.
Just to show you guys that there's some very ridiculous movies out there.
Well,
Now,
that's
shall we
probably not
move
the most
on?
ridiculous movie. That's the most ridiculous movie I have seen, but probably not the most ridiculous movie out there.
No.
When you get, especially when you get into the spoof movies like Airplane.
Ah.
I haven't seen Airplane, but it's like your comedy that's like a lot of heightened realism.
Yeah.
Do we have
Well,
anything else to say about Elemental?
I think we talked about the main things.
Well, we didn't talk about like sort of plot stuff, like with the crystal ball that they form together.
Yeah.
It's like she makes like a crystal ball, and then it's like the flower design inside it. It's like a crystal flower inside the ball, and then like they use that idea because like she uses sand to make that. They use her fire to make like a glass wall to prevent flooding, because there's flooding happening in the fire town. But they're like, oh, that was easy. Nah, it starts cracking. And
Yeah,
like
I
the whole
really-
place nearly gets flooded.
I remember the flooding. There was a particular problem that they had to overcome. What was that?
Was it like the whole fire water thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There was the tree that her family went to go and see, but they wouldn't let them in
Oh, yeah.
because no fire allowed.
Yeah, and
But-
something like they had to sell their shop.
No, her dad was giving her the shop. He was giving her the shop as a gift.
Oh, and she didn't want it, did she?
She didn't want it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like they go. She's like, before the scene starts, like, Wade's like, "Do you have any boots?" And she has like the smallest pair of boots you've ever seen. It's like so tiny.
Cute.
But yeah, they get to a fence, and like Wade just goes over it because he's water,
Yeah.
and she just walks through it because she's fire.
And she's like, ooh.
No, she's like, why do we even have that?
Like, what's the point of a fence?
Yeah, what's the point of a fence?
Unless
Considering
it's-
fire can go straight through it, basically, and
Unless
water
it's
can
made
go...
out of water. A fence made out of water.
No, it was just like a metal fence.
Yeah, but the only fence that would work for her would be a water fence.
No, but he's water. He can just move the water out of the way.
True. Well, what kind of fence would you not... Something that doesn't catch on fire. Fire blanket fence. No, that doesn't work either.
No, if the fence was electrified, that would work.
Really?
Water and electricity,
Don't go together.
they don't go together that well.
Yeah.
You would get shocked.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, she would still be able to sort of melt a hole. What about the bubble, though? Like, the whole because they go to the place and... What's her
I don't
name?
remember
The one
that.
that she, like, able to blow air, and she makes a giant air bubble for Amber to jump into. And they go down to the tree. They go
yeah.
down to the tree.
Yeah.
And it's funny, they didn't let fire in, yet the only way for it to sprout was with fire.
Yeah.
Or like to bloom was with fire being present, which is like the perfect irony, especially considering the guy keeping the fire people, like the fire family out,
Yeah.
was a water person.
Yeah, their families were in a lot of conflict.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of elements
Yeah.
being in conflict.
Yeah. Because they're all different, but they're all equal.
Yeah.
I guess they're not equal.
Well, they sort of end up being equal by the end of the movie. Like, not big issues are solved, but it's more like the fire people are more accepting.
What other elements were there apart from fire and water?
Air with the clouds, and earth
I feel like
with trees.
water and earth would be a good match, and then fire and air would be a good match. But fire and water happened to fall in love, and it just didn't work out.
Well, it did work out in the end of the movie.
Yeah, not as well as... Well, it didn't work out in the beginning.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to our next movies. And we're going to get even a bit trippy with the next few movies that we're talking about. The Matrix and The Truman Show. Simulations. The Truman Show is a lot more simple. In the fact
Matrix was a bit over my head, I must admit.
Yeah, Matrix is a bit more of a
Confusing.
complexion.
Except The Truman Show I really liked it. What do you think? There's some sort of underlying meaning that they're trying to get across. I'm not sure what it is.
Well, like, the whole point of The Truman Show is it's from day one of conception, not even birth, conception. And
yeah, he genuinely doesn't know any different, does he?
He doesn't know that his whole life is being filmed.
Yeah.
But the most interesting part is that it's like an island that he lives on. This whole thing is built in the middle of, like, Hollywood.
He must, like, what happens if he wants to go on holiday?
That was a big part of that, like, creating his fears early on, like fear of the ocean.
But if he went across the ocean, he'd end up in the real world, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what actually happens at the end of the movie. He, like, manages
I
to
missed
sail.
the end.
Yeah, he manages to sail far enough that he hits the edge of the map, like the area. And
he's like, hang on.
Yeah. Well, at this point, he knows it's being filmed.
How did he find out?
A lot of things happening, like a light falling from the sky. And, like, the weird occurrences of, like, there's a lot of traffic, and then go around the roundabout, and where did all the traffic go?
Where did it go?
How do you explain that other than movie tropes?
So you think the traffic went to the real world?
No, the traffic just... They put the traffic there. Like, the director put the traffic there, and because they continued around, they went around the roundabout to, like, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But instead, came back to the same point, and the cars were gone.
So that was a fault from the director.
Yeah. But it's, like, it's a good showing of, like, how movies are made, in a way.
Yeah. You have to think about every little thing to make sure it adds up, don't you?
Yeah. But another element of it is that, like, people... It was a 24/7 show. So people had the TVs tuned to the channel for years. Like, his entire life. From day one of conception to the day he escaped. Every single day. Imagine people going to work. Like, because, like, one of the TVs was, like, in the bar.
Filming a TV show for, like, 20... How old was he? Like, 29 years.
Yeah, it was, like, 30-something years, I think.
Yeah.
But it's like, just imagine, like, one of the TVs was in the bar, and, like, even the barmaids were watching the TV as well, with the people working at the, like, people going to the bar for drinks. In the real world.
In the real world, yeah.
And they're just sitting there, like, Just imagine going to work every day and that's the only channel that's on. How boring would that be?
Wait, is that the only... But that's not the only thing the real world can watch.
No, but everyone tunes in to that channel and that channel alone.
Everyone in the whole world.
I don't know if it's the whole world. Actually, no, yeah, the director does say the whole world is captivated.
Why do you think they just love it so much?
Because it's like the story of one guy.
And his real life.
And his, real life.
How unethical is that?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like those reality TV shows like Big Brother.
Yeah.
Like, obviously they don't go as long as this Truman Show.
Yeah.
But it's like, you have a show that's like, for 60 days, you're documented. You're basically documented by cameras everywhere.
Yeah, it's very unethical.
Well, it's not unethical. It's like they don't
They don't have consent.
No, they do give consent.
Oh.
It's a game show, so they would give consent for that.
But yeah, I mean, in the Truman Show, like that idea of not giving consent.
Yeah, that's more. Trying to think. I feel like there was one show. There has to be a show out there that did that sort of thing. In the past.
Maybe a long time ago, but it wouldn't be allowed now.
Yeah.
Even in psych research, if you want to observe someone's behaviour, you can't do it without them knowing.
Yeah. I feel like we've focused just one half of the movies that we were talking about. We're going to talk about Matrix.
Yeah.
As well.
Matrix was very confusing. It had a lot of levels to it. I think I need to watch it again.
Well, in the first movie, they only show 2 levels.
Yeah.
Or like, you got the Matrix world and then the real world.
Yeah.
There were some pretty cool scenes.
Yeah.
Especially towards the end of the movie. Because the Matrix goes for nearly 2.5 hours, right?
It was long, yeah.
It's a long movie. And a lot of the good stuff shows up more towards the end.
It had lost me by about 10 minutes.
10 minutes in?
Yeah. So this is your movie?
Oh my goodness. So, do you remember the Spoon Kid?
The main character?
No, the Spoon Kid.
No.
How he's like bending the spoon
Kind
with his
of, yeah.
mind, and he's like, there is no spoon.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
Kind of. Reminds me of Matilda.
How so?
Just her moving things with her mind.
Can't hum that. Nah. Emerald, no. We can't hum that, otherwise we get we could get a copyright strike, actually. Believe it or not.
Wow.
You can't hum too much of music without getting a copyright strike.
Wow. Well, luckily my humming isn't in tune.
Yeah, the song from Matilda was actually in the movie Christine.
Christine?
Yeah, it was about a horror, like a car that killed people.
Wow, it's a very happy song to put in
Yeah.
horror movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they just had it for like
anyway.
one particular scene.
I think we've got off track again.
Yeah, we keep getting off track here.
So
Well, the Matrix gets a bit off track sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Because like, in the same scene, he's going to meet the Oracle.
Yeah.
And he finds out he's not the one. So, like, the Matrix is... In the history of the Matrix that we see the first movie in is not the first Matrix. The first Matrix was designed to be like a Garden of Eden. Perfect.
Yeah.
Obviously, that fell apart.
Yeah.
And then the second version was the complete opposite. It was basically hell.
The second Matrix movie.
No, the second Matrix.
Uh,
Because there's been 6 different versions of the Matrix in the history of the Matrix.
wow. Is it a book as well? It sounds like it would be.
I don't know if there was a book.
Oh.
There probably was.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second version was like a hellscape. Another version was like mythology, like werewolves, stuff like that. And the most recent one is basically what the world was like in 1999 when the movie came out. And I'm trying to just think. Yeah, I wasn't really paying much attention during the movie as well.
It was hard, wasn't it?
It's a long movie, so you're not going to remember everything.
And also, it was quite a slow burner. I feel it didn't catch your attention straight away.
But then when the stuff of like stopping the bullets midair, jumping into Agent Smith, which is actually a bigger plot point. That's a bigger plot point in like the later movies.
Yeah.
There's also like the scene where he's like fighting Agent Smith. He's just like blocking one-handed.
Yeah.
Like he's like "Oh, I'm tired of this. I'm just like.
Oh, we do need to watch. I feel like we can talk about it more when we have actually followed the whole movie.
I remember the important parts. Like there's the scene of like Trinity trying to get to the phone before it gets smashed by the truck. Because like Agent Smith has the ability to take people over, I think it was, or it was like people in disguise, and like one of them was a truck driver and like took over the truck driver to drive it right into the phone booth to smash the phone.
Whoa.
Yeah. Probably it was also very showboaty as well. Like you got the beginning scene of like Trinity getting away from the agency.
Yeah.
You got there was the scene where they sealed Neo's mouth. It was like the interrogation scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they seal his mouth shut.
Yeah.
And it's just like.
That I feel like that is such a common thing to happen in movies. Is the whole tying up and.
Yeah. Well, they didn't tie him up. Because Matrix stuff, they sealed his mouth, but like basically changed his code, basically.
Yeah.
And then they put like the bug in his belly button.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That was strange.
Probably the most disturbing scene of the movie.
Didn't it come out?
No, so they had like a whole device to put it over his belly button, and like press a button, and it sucked out the bug.
Was that meant to represent like a computer virus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they suck out the bug and toss it out the window.
It's funny when people. Fun fact: adults used to say to me, "Oh, don't click on this link on your computer because it could get a virus or it could get a bug." I used to think that there were actual bugs crawling in my computer.
And also in the movie there was like the scene where he like dodges the bullets. He like does like the whole like leaning back thing and dodges the bullets somehow.
Yeah. And
like Trinity's just standing. I think Trinity was just standing there watching the whole thing unfold. He does get hit in the leg though.
Pretty cool like stunts.
Yeah, that actual scene where he like does the backwards like where he leans backwards at the knees. That was a full 360 shot. Like they physically did that shot. And like had Keanu in the harness and everything to do it.
Because they didn't have the technology then, did they?
Yeah, they didn't have the technology.
Did they even have green screens then?
Yeah, they think they did. I did think they did have green screen
Oh.
back then. But it's just such an interesting shot. So it was literally like full 360 camera.
Mm.
Like a camera on a track going around.
Yeah. Mine.
Either that or it was like just like a whole bunch of cameras filming around.
Yeah. I feel like it is probably more likely to be moving around.
No, I think it was actually like they had like 360 cameras.
But just to stop it from getting choppy. Like to keep a smooth transition.
Well, you can achieve that by having all the cameras roll at once, sort of thing. And then you just sort of slice it as you need.
Yeah. I feel like that would be harder work.
But for one scene, it'd be...
Too much work, isn't it?
Huh?
Too much hard work.
Should we move on to our next movie?
I think it's, the final.
Well, we
movie.
haven't...
Yeah, this is the final.
Okay.
Two more.
We got two more... Well, we got one set of movies.
Do we leave the funny one for last? Or the...
I feel like we leave the funny one for last because there
Leave
is
it
a
on
good
a-
joke in that I want to
Okay.
call out.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to Dracula stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, the movies Renfield and Voyage of the Demeter. 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 I don't know. Honestly, these two movies, such a contrast. These two movies are such a big contrast between the two of them.
Yeah.
You got...
One was more humorous.
Yeah, Renfield was the comedy.
Yeah.
Demeter, like Voyage movie was
Yeah.
a lot more dour.
Yeah, for sure.
And honestly, I'm pretty sure we both say which one's the better movie.
Renfield.
Yep.
Yeah.
Renfield is the easy winner of good movies.
Yeah. I like when they can add a bit of
Comedy.
comedy, even if it's just a little bit to take the edge of the horrors. Just like Talk to Me had a bit of comedy as well.
Yeah. A lot of, like, whenever you see, like, a car accident, there's sometimes a bit of comedy in it.
Mm.
Especially depending on the camera angle you catch. A lot of that happens in, like, the Idiots in Cars subreddits that I do. Subreddit videos I do. Like, there's, like, one where, like, a tire hits a car and the car gets launched up into the air.
Mm.
Like, that's funny, obviously, but it's also, like, horrific accident
Yeah.
sort of territory as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in
Big
horror...
bloopers.
Yeah, in horror you get, like... The comedy more comes from the social awareness of the movie
Yeah.
than the actual scares, sometimes.
Yeah.
Demir had none of that.
No, it was very dark.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Literally dark, and also when it was daylight, it burnt bright.
And we had to see a kid getting hurt, which is...
Oh,
I think
yeah.
in horror movies they should keep kids out of it, because no one wants to see a kid...
Well, depends on your horror movie. Because if you're, like, scary stories to tell in the dark, that's aimed for kids.
Well, any gruesome deaths or anything shouldn't be on kids.
Yeah, that kid did burn alive.
Yeah. Horrible.
Ugh.
I didn't really like that movie, to be honest with you.
I hated that movie.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Like, I am a person that, like, I pick movies just based off poster images.
Yeah.
And
you're not too harsh with movies either. You usually like them.
yeah.
So if you don't like that one, it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah. And I'm a good judge of movies just based off the poster as well, aren't I?
Yeah.
I made a bit of a bad call on that one, didn't I? Because the poster was a little intriguing when I first saw it.
I feel like the poster was fine.
Yeah, it's very basic.
I feel like we should, if there's ever a movie where the entire setting is in one place, like a boat, I feel like you just got to know that it's not going to be good. Like for next time.
A lot of boat movies don't end up being great.
Yeah, I think it's because the whole movie is set in the same place.
Mm.
People like having different settings.
There's only one good boat movie.
Which one?
Titanic.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause somehow they made that good, which was impressive.
Well, because of in Titanic, it was the size of the ship. You
Yeah.
had so many filming locations.
Yeah, you could do it in a restaurant, in the ballroom, on the deck,
In the car.
in the car. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's also, I saw a new movie that's coming out about The Dive. Have you seen that? Heard of it?
I've heard of that. It's similar to like 47 Meters Down or something like that.
Yeah, kind of. But that's like the same thing where it's set in the same place. Whole movie.
Yeah, like even Rick and Morty made fun of Titanic, and when Rick and Morty makes fun of your movie, you know you got a good movie.
Really?
Like, Rick and Morty's made fun of Titanic, they've made fun of Hellraiser.
So they only make fun of good movies.
Good movies, and sometimes they reference stuff that is not as great. Or like stuff you probably never even heard of.
Yeah. Well, Titanic is one of those movies where it almost makes all first-time watchers cry.
Yeah. But we're getting off topic. We gotta get back to the other boat.
Yeah, there's not that much to say about it, to be honest.
Yeah, it felt very generic.
Yeah.
And like, I liked the addition of the female character on the boat.
Yeah.
And how she was stored in the crate.
Mm.
And like, just like jump scare from her.
Mm.
But then, she just didn't really add much to the movie.
Yeah, and the ending was all a bit rushed.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get to Renfield, the better of the Dracula movies. Because this is one where Nicolas Cage is Dracula.
Mm.
You know you're in for a fun time when Nicolas Cage is involved.
Yeah.
Because he's known for the weird movies.
Mm.
Like, you know Ghost Rider?
No.
He did both, he was the main character in both those movies.
Both Ghost Riders?
Yeah, both Ghost Rider movies. I'm trying to think what else there is. You know Willy's Wonderland? He was the main character in that. Had 0 lines the whole movie. Best character of the whole movie.
So he's a very good actor then.
Yeah, good physical actor, good... Like, his line deliveries are really good as well.
Yeah.
But,
I liked the whole therapy dynamic. It was quite funny for me to watch.
How Renfield goes to therapy.
The group therapy, and then Dracula, like basically talking about his difficult boss.
Yeah.
And no one realizes that he's talking about a vampire.
Yeah. But I like the whole like scene of him like just mowing down people that came for him at his house.
Yeah.
It's just like everyone's getting mowed down, and he falls through the frame and just has a moment to be like, he just has a whole moment to just like, why hello.
Yeah.
He's also he's the same actor in
The Menu.
Oh yeah, it's Tyler in The Menu, but he was also he was the main zombie character in I think it was Pride and Prejudice or something like that. Oh no.
There's no zombies in that one.
No, Warm Bodies, I think the movie was actually.
So he likes horror movies then?
Yeah, he played the main male zombie of that movie.
Is he also in what's that one? The cult one where they're on a field and they all have the flowers on their head and the
Midsummer.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was in that.
Like he might have been.
I only know him from The Menu
Have you seen
as Tyler.
Midsummer?
No, I haven't. And But I just love the fact that in the middle of a fight scene, he just has a moment to be like, "Hi."
Yeah, there was a lot of comedy in it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Was it?
and a lot of it comes from the violence itself.
Mm.
Like, he cuts a guy's hands off with a tray at the start of the movie, and the cop's like, "How did you do that?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, just training."
Nothing of it.
Nothing of it. You can get specialized training to cut a guy's hands off with a serving tray.
Yeah.
Probably the only gross part is like the fact that he has to eat a bug every time he wants to use his power.
Does he?
Yeah, he has like this little box. And he, like-
and his like assistant had to always go and get new bugs for him.
No,
Remember
it's
that?
his assistant, Renfield's assistant.
Yeah.
No, Renfield is the one that needs the bugs for the power.
Oh yeah.
So he has to like get his own bugs to be able to use his powers.
Yeah.
Like how
No one actually saw him eating the bugs, did they?
no,
No.
and even if they did, they'll
I'm
probably
glad
just
he
make.
didn't do it in the group therapy. They would have been like, "You definitely have issues."
No, I just love that. He's like, he doesn't have to use the powers all the time.
No.
Like he doesn't use them at the therapy
He only
place.
needs them, and he only uses them when he needs them
Yeah,
most.
I like the fact that when they kill Nick Cage at the end, with like they have like fun with it.
They were like just so relieved.
No, like so they've got like the magic ring and they're like using maces on him, like chopping him up.
Yeah, they're just so excited to have him gone, aren't they?
I feel like they were having more fun chopping him up and stuff like that than the fact that he's gone.
Yeah.
And then they like use the blood to bring back the therapy group.
Mm,
They bring all the therapy people back to life, and they're like weirded out because it's like, yeah, we're all dead and now we're vampires basically.
Oh.
Because like they even have like a bottle of Dracula blood for them to drink.
I remember that. Yeah. On to more light-hearted.
I feel like
movies.
just as a quick side note, FNAF. I mentioned Willy's Wonderland, which was Nick Cage's like version of FNAF in a way. Like it was like Willy Wonderland is like an old like real world thing. FNAF was a lot. I feel like we need to talk about just that a little bit because that was a fun movie.
Yeah. And you've seen it twice.
I did see it twice. I saw it with Emerald and another friend of mine on 2 separate days. I don't know who my favorite character is actually. I'm between Chica and Foxy.
Chica.
Yeah, Chica's a lot more fun because in the world of FNAF, Chica's been the more tongue-in-cheek character for the jokes.
Yeah.
Like in Ultimate Custom Night, she has like a whole section that's like Chica going to high school.
Yeah.
Which is
I never even the thought that there were kids in there never crossed my mind.
Yeah,
Until,
that was like confirmed since like the early games.
Oh, because I hadn't played the game.
I haven't played the games either.
Oh,
I watch a
didn't
lot
know
of stuff that relates to FNAF, so I know it.
Yeah, because I had no idea about that. Then I watched it and I was like, oh, this is darker than I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be.
Probably the best kill of the movie was like the kid reaching the hand out of Freddy's mouth, pulling Max in, and she getting bitten in half. And when I say in half, like at the waist, legs fall to the floor. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Probably the best kill of the whole movie. And then like you had the guy that gets mauled by Cupcake. It's like that scene again. You got your horror and
You
your
mean
comedy.
on his face?
Yeah.
That part, or the one where
The one on
bites his lip?
like on his face.
Yeah.
But like that's in that you get your horror comedy sort of moment there. You got the guy getting mauled on his face by the cupcake, and then like the guy that's looking out from outside looks over the Chica, and Chica's just like, "You want some?" It's like,
No, Chica just goes like this.
yeah, no, it's more like it's like looking down. And it's like,
That's gonna be you next.
yeah, but she has like that face of you want to get in on this?
Yeah.
Or if you want to make a Will Smith reference here, you're down on this? We just watched Men in Black.
Relevant.
Huh?
It's relevant.
Yeah. Probably the most surprising part for me, though, was when Matt Pat showed up. Mr.
Yeah, you looked at me and you were like, "That's Matt Pat," and I had no
Uh,
idea who that was. I was like, "Oh."
So, yeah, Matt Pat is Matthew Patrick of Film Theory, Game Theory, to Food Theory, Style Theory, and GT Live.
Mm.
And the actual theory that they did for FNAF at the time, Matt Pat didn't actually write that because he had the script. He knew what was going to happen. So he had a member of his team write that theory in the script based off the trailers. I will say, FNAF is one of those rare cases that I did see the trailers for through Matt Pat.
That's funny, and that you had no idea who was going to be in it.
Yeah, but that just makes it so much better. It's like another YouTuber, Markiplier, was going to be in the movie as well.
Oh.
And it's like, I'll probably link that video of like Matt Pat explained some stuff because he does a video after the movie came out.
Okay.
Markiplier was supposed to be the security guard at the start of the movie that gets killed.
Okay.
And watching it a second time, I can totally picture Markiplier in that role.
Yeah.
But Markiplier's been busy with his own movie. Anyway, I feel like there's not much else to really talk about with FNAF. Like, there's the whole baby costume. That was like the big letdown for me of that movie.
The baby costume.
So, the baby animatronic, like spin lock animatronic. That one was a big letdown for me because it's just like the design was so different from the actual baby animatronic.
I don't remember a baby.
So, like, remember the clown that had like the red cheeks and like the white face?
You mean like out of the animals?
No, it was like, if you remember when the Mike and Vanessa are going to get the tablecloths.
Yeah.
There was that animatronic, like spring lock animatronic there.
Yeah.
That was baby.
Oh.
Yeah. Very different from the games.
Yeah.
Also, one last thing before we move on.
We probably should move on to our last movie soon.
I'll just say that it's interesting that what they pulled from for the movie. Like, because they pulled from the original FNAF, but they also pulled from the Help Wanted AR and Security Breach games with the character Vanessa.
And they also made it understandable for anyone that hadn't played or understood knew about the games.
Well, I think it's because FNAF, the movie, was originally supposed to come out before Help Wanted. So they couldn't do much with that because of 2020 and everything that happened then. So the fact that the movie now came out after that, it's like, it's a bit of a mess in that, but it's sort of interesting that they kept Vanessa as a character.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we should probably move to our last movie.
Comedy.
We got some laughs to finish off everyone off with.
Oof.
Yeah, we're gonna go barking mad, are we?
Strays.
Which was, I forget which Jamie it was. I think it was the same actor that played Bats in Baby Driver.
Oh.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx, that's right.
Mhm.
Also, Isla Fisher was in the movie.
Oh.
She was the lady dog of the
Oh.
group.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I think it was Isla Fisher.
They chose the voices really well. That was an
Yeah.
Australian lady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Will Ferrell was Reggie.
Oh, yeah.
I liked how the whole
selection.
plot was basically Reggie wanting to go and bite his owner's sausage off.
It just shows that if you treat dogs badly, you're gonna get bad luck.
It's like the opposite of a dog's purpose.
Yeah. And I like the moral of the story of how loyal a dog can be to their owner.
Yeah.
So,
That's most dog movies, honestly,
Yeah.
though.
it's,
Like
it's true, though.
True Blue,
Yeah.
that dog was loyal to its owner
Mm.
even after like the owner just leaves Red behind. That was the name of the dog.
Yeah, it's like their love for their owner is unconditional. No matter how many times they try and abandon you, they will.
No, but in True Blue, that dog goes like to Japan and all that at the end, towards the end of the movie,
Yeah.
only to come all the way back around to Australia and find his owner's grave.
Aw.
Yeah.
What was your most? We'll just talk about your favourite line, and then my favourite line, and then we'll have to wrap it up
Well, Well, we're gonna talk some scenes.
because we're running out of time.
We got like 20 minutes.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that would be plenty. So yeah, there were some scenes in this movie that were like really well done, like really funny.
Mm.
Two scenes in particular: the rabbit scene
Yeah.
where they're like, they think it's like toy bunnies and they're playing with the
Oh
bunnies
yeah, because they had some mushrooms.
because they had mushrooms in the prior to it, but then they all wake up and it turns out, nah, those were real
And then
bunnies.
They just bury them.
Yeah, and then you got the dog, like the sniffer dog showing up.
Yeah, and they look so sus.
They're like, we did nothing wrong, officer. It's so funny. It's like,
The funny thing is also that it was a police dog, and police dogs can sniff anything, and
Yeah.
how it didn't notice that there were dead bunnies buried right underneath.
yeah, but just like, I think it was Jamie Foxx's dog character. It was like, I've got this, and it's the most stereotypical white, like, language you've ever heard. It's similar to like Bad Boys,
Yeah.
where like they're sneaking into the house. It's like, hello, wanna borrow some sugar?
Are you talking about the one with the cone?
No, not the cone. The small dog.
Not Reggie.
No, the smaller dog.
The sassy one.
Yeah, Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx's character. Bug.
The bulldog. Yeah.
Bug.
Yeah.
There's like, there was the scene where the eagle snatched Bug up,
Oh yeah.
and then Reg just like run after and grabbed onto Bug's leg. It was like, wow, your balls are big. Like,
And the guys also was just having a peaceful time bird watching, and he's videoing, and then this eagle
with
carrying two dogs flies past.
I think the guy in question that you're talking about is Dennis Quaid.
Is he an actual bird watcher?
No, he's an actor though.
He got a very small.
Yeah, it's a cameo.
Time.
Cameo.
Yeah.
And then there's the other scene that I mostly like to focus on is the kennel scene
The kennel scene.
with where the one dog is like Isla Fisher's character is trying to get the one dog like
Huh?
pitching a tent. Boner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might not talk about those things.
No, but they're like trying to get the key. And the only thing they had that was close enough to a stick was the dog
Yeah.
with the cone.
They got a bit inappropriate there.
No, but that was I liked that joke though.
Yeah.
It was a good joke. It was like
I liked the therapy dog.
yeah.
How, like, he's like, oh, I should know how to talk to people. I'm a therapy dog. Which is funny because in real life, therapy dogs just sit on the lap of the client.
Yeah. And then like after that particular failed moment to get the key, it transitions to a pooping scene.
Yeah.
Like, and it has like the shot going through the dog's legs.
Yeah.
Which I think is supposed to be a reference to a movie.
They're just showing that dogs are a bit gross sometimes.
Yeah, but it's also funny how neat and organized all their poop is as well. Like, because like each of the dogs have like small piles that they are sitting behind. Like they've all done a nice turd
Yeah.
for the guy to clean up.
The funny thing is they all ended up being strays, didn't they?
Yeah.
After all of that, they decided that they would rather be strays, so...
Well,
I
yeah, you get
suggest-
the final scene where they get back to the house.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
Reggie.
the final scene is showing how that they all decided to be strays.
Well, after biting Reggie's owner's sausage off and pooping in his mouth, the dog with that has the cone on poops in the guy's mouth.
Is this something you can talk about online?
Well, it's dogs.
Yeah.
It's like I've talked about worse things
Okay.
on camera, and just for that the worst thing I probably talked about was it wasn't even I talked about it was like a scene, like a moment of a game. That is probably the worst because well, I will not go into detail about that particular moment. I'll just probably leave a link in the description to that particular moment because it's pretty wild. But yeah, like
So-
at the end of the movie, they're like,
Who was your favourite dog?
probably the therapy dog.
Yeah, and he was so worried about his cone, wasn't he?
Yeah, but at the
Yeah.
end, he's like shakes it off.
Oh yeah, he becomes like confident
yeah.
again. Yeah. And then they obviously take the owner down.
Yeah,
In ways that
tackle him down.
are quite extreme.
Yeah,
And-
the therapy dog basically puts its butt over the guy's face and poops.
Yeah.
Honestly, the guy should have kept his mouth shut.
And then he loses
And-
his house
Uh,
and he loses his car.
and also his dog bit his.
Yeah, that was the whole point of the movie.
Yeah, but
and then-
it's like they do such a scene of it. Like you got the bug and like Isla Fisher pulling the legs apart like by the pants,
Yeah.
so that Reggie
everyone-
could just run in and attack.
Everyone will see it in detail. We don't need to go into that, but
Well, they don't really show it in detail. It's just like the implied nature
yeah.
of it. Yeah, so his
But
house
they-
burns down and they just live on their own. Actually, no, Bug, it's not a stray. He lives with a family.
Yeah, so he goes with that girl, the girl
Yeah.
that was lost, and then
They help save.
the Aussie dog, Aussie
Yeah.
Shepherd goes with an owner that actually appreciates her.
Yeah, she becomes a police dog.
Yeah. No, that's...
Yeah. No, the therapy dog.
The therapy dog becomes a police
No.
dog.
She becomes the police dog because she's the one that's like sniffing the.
Oh, yeah. She had a good sense of smell.
Yeah, she had the good sense of smell. Tracked Reggie down to the house.
Yeah. What did the cone guy end up doing?
Oh, he got with her.
Yeah,
if
but,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, but what did he do? Who did he go? Who was his owner?
Well, because he's a therapy dog, he just works in the.
Oh, he went back to working as a therapy dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wonder if he had an owner or if he ended up being stray.
And then Reggie like took on the role of mentor, like
Yeah.
Bug was in the movie. Anyway, we should probably end this episode here. We're getting close to
We've gone
time.
through a lot of good movies, though.
Yeah, we got through quite a fair bit.
Yeah. We've got lots more movies coming out to see.
Yeah, but we're probably not going to talk about movies next time. We're going to try and find some other topic.
Yeah.
Because this is a podcast for everyone, about anything.
Yeah.
It could be like the most niche thing ever,
Yeah.
but there's going to be someone out there that enjoys that.
Yeah. And everyone loves movies, so hopefully.
Well, yeah, this was a good
enjoy.
launching platform for our first episode.
Yeah. Don't forget to put spoilers.
Oh, yeah, I won't. Anyways, links will be in the description to the main channel and the second channel for you guys to go check out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so the next video comes out. A ding, a ding. I'm the Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out. You want to say goodbye?
Bye!